And this is a video on a topic about willingness. If you're looking for ways to be more willing and make magic into your life, this video is for you. In our household, how about this? Or if you find that you're not willing to do things, or you find other people are not willing to jive with what you want them to do, this also is a video for you. In our willingness, in the things that we want to do or what not to do, and our preferences, it all boils down into the virtue of how willing we are. And this can ebb and flow and contract and grow depending on what we've experienced in our past. In our household, there's a sentence. I might say it. My children might say it. In other relationships, people might say it. I don't want to blank. Or I want blank. I want blank is very helpful because that's direct. That's an action you can take in the moment. I don't want something suggests something needs to stop or change, preferably sooner than later. And let's consult the notes. So when we hear things like that, that's great. That's groundwork for boundary setting. But the next piece is to explore what we're not willing to tolerate or what we're not willing to do for others or from others. And this is where conflict can arise when it comes to desires and preferences and our definitions of those things. So it can be all over in relationships, in the work environment, policies, society. It comes up every day, all day. How willing are you to navigate your day with an open heart and an open mind and be flexible? As well as how willing are you to uphold your boundaries and all the things you've endured up to this point that has helped you create those. And it creates this feeling or this underlying energy of what your beliefs are. And it also illuminates where there's an unwillingness. So perhaps, let's give an example. I don't want to make dinner. Maybe I'm tired. Maybe I'm feeling unappreciated. I don't know what it is, but I don't want to do it today. The thing that might come up. And I might have to trick my mind into wanting to, or being at least willing to do that without huffing and puffing and feeling resentful and doing it in that way. So to find your willingness, to find my willingness in that moment, I might not be willing to make dinner. Does it need to be done? Yes. Is there other people to do it? Maybe not. So that can either create a problem or a chance to grow. If I'm not willing and I'm complaining and I'm resentful and I'm banging pots of pans around and I'm slamming cupboards and I'm yelling and I'm huffing and puffing and everyone's on edge, that's constricting energy. I'm going about my day doing something I didn't want to do, probably not genuinely expressing my feelings or my needs, and kind of projecting them all over the place and making it a really uncomfortable experience. So I'm not willing to make dinner, but I am willing to enjoy a meal with my family, which is probably what I really would love to do. I would love to nourish my body. I love nourishing my family. I love knowing they've been nourished. I love meals with them. I love laughing with them. Maybe I needed more connection. Maybe I needed to feel a little bit more appreciated. If I can have willingness to experience what I want to experience and be open to that and the perception that I'm open to that and that I deserve that, the whole evening would unfold more naturally. I wouldn't huff and puff. I'd maybe not want to make dinner, but I could still do it. And maybe I'd ask for help. And if somebody else isn't willing to do it and I can't force them, maybe I could get help cleaning up from dinner. And maybe they can make dinner tomorrow. But there's endless solutions when I'm just willing to identify why I'm not, why I don't want to do something, and what the underlying need is there. And you can ask yourself, am I willing to make sure I meet my own needs first? This is especially helpful in relationships. So we're not putting all our needs and wants and desires onto one person, because that's not fair and it is not a reasonable expectation. Nobody can carry all of that, and especially if you can't. And nobody's perfect. Everyone is going to have different moods that fluctuate and behaviors that fluctuate as they grow and learn and expand and have different experiences during their day. It's just human nature. So being flexible in those areas, being willing to be flexible, can change your world. I'll give you a few more examples. Another one is, I'm not willing to compromise my needs in a relationship. So when we're not willing, if you observe here, not willing is usually like controlling something outside of yourself, in the outside environment, someone else's behavior, something you don't like, something's making you, in your body, in your mind, uncomfortable. The mind is the first thing you want to check at. When your body's uncomfortable, it makes your mind think something, which usually leads to a belief and an emotion, and inevitably a reaction, if you haven't mastered the pause yet. So, which most of us, we will react to something. So there's no harm in that, and that's for another video. When I'm not willing to compromise my needs in a relationship, that is a vague and gray area, setting up someone to fail you. Let's rephrase. I am willing to do my best to meet my own needs first. And let's move a step further and empower ourselves. I also am willing to choose relationships that support me doing this, that support me meeting my own needs. That's what you really want. You want to feel fulfilled. You want to know that you're willing and that you're choosing people that want that for you too, that support that for you, so that you can help them meet their own needs, and you don't need that to be that one person carrying it all either. So next time you hear yourself or your loved ones saying something like, I don't want to do this, I don't like this, you could find a secret hack and just ask yourself, what am I willing to do to achieve and receive what I want? Sometimes that's taking a breath. Sometimes that's being patient. Sometimes that's holding space while someone else is having a moment. But I promise you, the willingness mindset will help you. Comment, let me know what you think, what your experience is with this, if it's helpful at all. And enjoy, if you're willing, a beautiful day full of magic.